Hey, Karen. What's going on? Happy Tuesday. It should be noted that Tuesday is mentioned twice in the Bible. The day of Tuesday, Tov, the word Tov, good, which has the gematria of 17, is mentioned twice. I think that's always worth keeping in mind on a Tuesday, that it's double good. And it adds up to 17. That's pretty cool, right? Hey, Gary. Stephen, John, Karen, Raven. Hey, what's going on, Raven? You good? Daryl, Dory. Okay. Doc Ghost. Tuesday. Yeah, two's right. Two times Tov, 2 times good. 2 times 17 is 34, and 34 is the number of buildings that we're looking for. It's a real estate thing, yeah. 34 buildings. Thanks, man. Thanks. I'm trying, man. It's an ongoing. Hey, Shira. It's Info Prison, Myron, Toby, Donald Woods. Hi. Hey, Robert Didmouse, Robert Elling. So I'm seeing a lot of things. Okay, so let me start with this, a tip that I just received from my contacts upstairs. That they said, I was trying to think of a title for this video, for this meeting, and it just popped in my mind, the Ides of March, which is a line, I believe, from Julius Caesar. I did study it in high school, but I can't remember exactly. But I believe the "Beware the Ides of March" was said to Julius Caesar, I believe, and he was assassinated. So et tu, Brute, by Brutus, his buddy. You never know about these things. But the download that I got was not really. I did get the download of the title, but at the same time, the download said, remember that a lot of times the first thing you think is it. And that, in other words, when you say, what should I do? What am I going to name this? And suddenly it says the Ides of March. You might be tempted to go, well, wait, maybe that's not such a good title. Maybe I should call it this and that. And once you get into that part of the thought stream, you're entering into your intellect. This is what, so I'm giving you kind of like a tip. I'm really giving myself a tip to remember. And the the Rebbeim, the great rabbis, often say that sometimes, like, they would get, like, there was a story of how much tzedakah, how much charity was to be given to somebody, and he got a certain number, and then he started thinking about it, and well, I can't really afford it. It's not really, and all these things. Once you get into the intellect, it's possible. And again, this is something that you need to research for yourself. But it's possible that a way to circumvent the intellect is to just, like, wow, what just popped in my mind? It was $342 I should give this guy. It's just like, where did that come from? I didn't sit here and deliberate on it, and then I'm going to think about it and say, well, I really don't have any money, and it's way too much. And what if I don't get paid? And what if, this and that? And then you start engaging your intellect, and then there's the potential to water down these details to consider them into oblivion, so to speak. I just made some very fresh coffee from Brian's excellent spiritual bean coffee. I think this is a organic French roast that I'm going to be enjoying, and you'll have to suffer the over enthusiasm possibly of myself. The Ides of March. Is the Ides a certain day in March, or is it the Ides of March is 2 weeks from tomorrow? Do I have my calendar here? No, I don't have it. My calendar, by the way, I keep my calendar by my side wherever I am. If I go from this room back to the main room, I take my calendar, because March 15th. Aha. That's the Ides of March. Well, they're saying, those that I put on my Intel channel, a woman named Happening or Happenings. That's a phrase from 17. She put out an excellent video this morning, and I shared it on the Intel channels. I highly recommend it. But she's also mirroring a lot of the things I'm seeing on the Intel channels, which says the 12th of March. I think the 12th is a Sunday. The third, could you guys check that? Because I don't have a calendar. The 13th of March, the 14th of March, the 17th of March. And then Mr. T is talking a lot about April Fool's Day. So there are a lot of possible dates coming up. From my experience, and I know my friend Gil will be upset to hear me say this. I don't know if she's on, but maybe she's not on, so she won't hear it. But there's a debate. There's a kind of an ongoing debate in the Jewish world about whether Mashiach comes in a way of above nature, meaning like, he comes out of the sky. I mean, now it's starting to make more sense, kind of like intergalactics could appear, and then, these, beings could come down and help us out. That would be above nature. That's not a part of nature that we understand as yet. I mean, it's kind of like the sun. I mean, in this video that Happenings was putting out, and I'm reviewing somebody else's, like I was reviewing Magic Eyes yesterday. So part of my Intel is a review. I hope those who are very hardcore Intel folks will forgive me for reviewing somebody else's Intel, because sometimes an echo of an echo may have more weight than the actual thing. Could be a bummer. Cool off, yeah. So she was saying that, and these things are also mirrored in Torah sources about a second sun coming, about the firmament being, that we all know about the flat Earth theory, that that we're not really and these things. I'm open to interpretation. Let's put it that way. Like, there's when I first heard about this flat Earth theory, I was just like, oh, come on, man. But I said the same thing about how do I say this in a kosher way? About the towers. I said the same thing about towers. I said, conspiracy? Are you kidding me? Come on, it's obvious what's so we learn concepts in steps. We don't just arrive with complete understanding and knowledge, and we're certainly have been deprived of vast slabs of important information in terms of our history and our lineage and what's really going on here. I mean, we are basically in the dark, and we're finding on so many levels. So, for somebody to go, oh, come on now, which is what I've done in the past. The oh, come on nows in 6 months become, oh, of course, yeah. So we have to stay fluid with our understanding of ideas and things that are coming up. We can only hope, right? Oh, did I say February? I was talking about March. I've been talking about March. I don't know if I said February. Today is the last day of February, the 28th of February. The number 28, by the way, in gematria, and Jewish gematria, means koyach, which means strength. Okay, so it's a strong day, and people are talking about March 1st, March 12th. I personally, as somebody who's like been getting people all excited about dates for a couple of years now, I'm just like, man, I just can't go there anymore. I'm done with that, because I've it used to be a great way to get hits. I never really did it to saying like, okay, this will get me a lot of hits, but I never I never did not do it. I did not ever said, it would be totally irresponsible of me to put out this date. I mean, I thought about that, I mean, okay, so, you have to weigh all these things, but in terms of dates, I don't know. I think the most important thing is quantum consciousness. The most important thing is that we radiate with a feeling of positivity and peace and tranquility and not anger and fear. Wow. Combination of carrot, turmeric, ginger. I couldn't get any beet with ginger and turmeric. Beet juice and the mushroom stuff. Yeah, I like to mix things up, and then I'm drinking black coffee on the other side. So, yeah, listen, it's whatever. Yeah, the hopium. In terms of like hope, there's no question in my mind that, or in like the biblical sensibility, or political sensibility, or what just makes plain sense with my gut, is that we're coming into the Great Awakening, and and it depending on how much information you have at the beginning of these black swan events, let's say, depends on how well you'll be able to uh, incorporate the new ideas as they come in. They're saying there could be a complete crash, and at the same time, it'll look like a big war. We've been hearing this for years, so it's not a freaky thing to us. Again, I just want to repeat for anyone that's listening that we've got a lot of information saying that this is not going nuclear. It's not. Do not be afraid. I know there was somebody on the channel last night who said that as a child she used to suffer from fear of nuclear things. I'm like, why wouldn't you? I mean, we had duck and cover drills in school. Get under this little flimsy desk, to protect yourself from a nuclear blast. I mean, we had that in kindergarten. So why wouldn't a child be afraid? Of growing up in that era, we were afraid of the country that started with an R. We're going to be high today. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of energy. Yeah, thank you, Lori. I mean, yeah, we do not need to have a hard. That's really what this channel is about. We do not need to have hard edges. Like, I can go here, but I can't go there. I can talk to this kind of person, but not that kind of person. We are one people, and the more we unify, the less problems we're going to have moving forward. Thank you, Lori, for saying that. I try, and I still find, I found something this morning that just blew me, just really, I was so disturbed. It was on one of my regular information platforms, and they said some things about the Jewish people that just, I mean, it was beyond disgusting, and these people should be, should really think about it. I mean, they call themselves patriots. Anyway, I'm not going there. I had, last time we in the middle of a rant about this, my whole channel was dissolved. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So we have to hang together. Thank you, Info Prison. We are one humanity. We are one people. We are not about, well, I heard this from my friend and he said and it's the truth, and that's nobody really knows. I mean, that's the bottom line. The smartest guy in the room is the one who says, I really don't even know. I mean, if you meet people that know, you got to be a little careful. They're like, well, I'm for sure it's going to go down like this. I'm like, really? Are you that sure? Are you connected directly to source? Do you have a back channel? Do you have like a phone in your bathroom where you can call God direct? It's like, oh yeah, I'm sure. I just want to make sure, Ellie, be sure next Thursday, right? 100%, man. You can tell your peeps, okay, I got your back. Okay, thanks, boss, man. Thanks for calling. Okay, bye. I don't know anybody that has that kind of connection. I mean, I certainly don't, and I'll be the first one to tell you that I don't know. That I'm putting the pieces together, and that's what we have to do here, is putting the pieces together. So yes, this is intel, and I know people, where's the intel? The intel is this Kay Happenings. She was talking about a second sun, about a big explosion, about getting our attention from an event in the sky, about, you know, amazing things happening. And she was just putting this together, you know, and she, like me, was saying like, I don't know if this is, you know, happening. And she's putting it together with sources, which is why I really enjoyed this video. And she wasn't like saying like, well, this particular guy is the Messiah, and if you don't accept that, you know, you're going straight down. I mean, she didn't say anything like that, because that really, like, that's really hard for Jewish people, and for people in general, I think, to hear that, you know, it has to be, you know, um that's a little bit of a hard edge, you know. I mean, there are people in my community too that say, "Oh, it has to be this guy," and I'm like, you know, okay, you know, I'm happy, man. Somebody comes and wants to save the world, save the planet. I don't care what his name is. I don't care if it's a name that I formerly didn't approve of. I mean, I'm saying if it comes like that, okay, gesundheit, hate, fine. But I just, you know, at this point in our evolutionary process, it's a little bit divisive to say that it has to be like this. And, you know, like I said, if you got that kind of connection, man, all power to you. You really should be the one doing the talking, not me. So you love beach parties. What a great, yeah, beach parties, man. Yanuka. So whose video? It was a woman named Kay Happenings, Habben Ings. That's from 17. 17 says it's happening. Everything is happening, folks. You know, it's like, but she, like Magic Eyes, she puts things together in a more traditional way. Now, if you look at Magic Eyes, Magic Eyes on Rumble, and you compare it with Kay Happenings, and you compare it with my thoughts, and you put and then you look at your own intel, and you look at the news, and you look at the fact that 5 or 6 politicians had boots on, you know, those special boots, and they just said they fell. We're going to be partying like it's 1955, right? Yeah, I know, Mio. I know, Mio. I also, Carl is, yeah, Mio. You and I have that in common, man. I love when he reads comic books. He doesn't stumble. He's so smart, that guy. You know, like when I read, it's like I can't stay focused on what I'm reading. That's why I trip over my words. But Carl is like a laser. He's amazing. Yeah, I agree, Mio. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you don't do anything else on there, I would say. But Mio, did you check out the military analysis? I thought that was also just like it just blew me out of my socks. I mean, it was just like so exciting to hear him like talk about this battle between Hannibal and the Romans, and compare it to the foundation, the formation that Mr. T was hanging out with his generals with the flanks. I mean, and yeah, so, you know, so you don't, you know, Robert, you don't have to. So, you know, if you're not interested, it's okay. No one's forcing you to be interested. You know, it's a free will universe. Yeah, he's brilliant, Mio. I know. I just lose it for him, man. He's, you know, awesome, awesome. Very understated, you know, very humble dude, man. I mean, but the way he puts it all together. Phew. But the comics, I mean, to compare it, and that's the way Intel people work. They do work from stories. I know, because my brother is high up on the Intel world, and he told me years ago, when he was still talking to me, that he uses ideas from spy novels for some of the things he pulls off. So they you know, they use these. Look at J.R.R. Tolkien. They would not release the book until after World War II. What does that tell you? 5:30 p.m. in the Netherlands. Interesting. And in Nepal right now, it is, I guess it's like it's 10:20 at night in Nepal. I mean, this is look at what we're doing. Look at how amazing this is. We're talking to a friend, Ingo from the Netherlands, and I'm in New York, and you guys are all over the place, all over the United States. I mean, we have peeps from everywhere. Everything is moving forward. I mean, that's the bottom line. The thing that I got, another really huge thing that I got from Kay happening. I hope I sent her a message. Kay happening, if you happen to be listening to this broadcast, please send me an email. It's down in the show more, and let's get you on the channel. I will, it was like, it would be like getting Carl here, right? I mean, you're up there, man, in my estimation. I would love to, we would love to interview you in a kosher way. And like, here's a term that I want to introduce to the community, so we have it in our glossary in the back of our notebooks, and that is the word parv. It's a Jewish concept dealing with food. It means that Jews are not allowed to eat milk and meat in the same meal. We have to wait 1 hour after eating a milk meal to eat meat, and we have to wait 6 hours after eating meat to have a milk meal. So there's something in between, and a lot of people, like especially ladies that like to have ice cream for dinner, they will eat what's called parvs. They will have a parv Shabbos meal. I've gone to parv Shabbos meals, which means there's no meat and there's no milk. You could have eggs, you could have fish, you could have vegetables, fruit, but it's parv. It's neutral. And like, I'm using that term because I am trying desperately to put out a product on YT that is parv, because my friends, my partners over in Nepal that edit my things now, they're telling me we can't use that for YT. It's not parv. It's either it's fleshik or it's milkik. It's not neutral. So I'm going to use that term in the future, like parv, to refer to events that are over the top in terms of some communication platforms. I've lost five channels, which I think they'll come back at the end. I think they'll be retrievable. I don't shed a tear anymore. It's just like, okay, I lost 50,000 subscribers, no biggie. It's like, what are you going to do? I just, if my ego was maybe more involved, I'd be upset. But I don't really involve like my ego into that. Maybe I involve my ego into other things, but my ability to function as a human being on the planet is really kind of like my main credential. And I work on it very hard to try to keep myself. I'm not an easy, like self ascension is what it's all about. But, I'm not an easy game to play, but I've been playing it for a long time, and I've gotten myself to a level where most of the time I'm pretty, I'm functioning in a pretty good way. I'm moving forward. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't really know how to deal with downtime necessarily, except on Shabbos. On Shabbos, I give myself. She's on my Jupiter. Let me pin this. She's on my Intel channel, and if you go to my Telegram Intel channel, if you look at the Intel channel that's just kabbalahguru, you'll see it. I think she's one of the last. I didn't put a lot of posts up there. I only put the really important posts up there. So, but she really put out a very nice a nice summary of a lot of the posts, and in a way of humility. I mean, she also kind of explored the wild end, which is that the sun could explode and a new sun could form, and literally angels, galactics could come down from the sky and maybe put us on spaceships while they clean up the planet. I mean, she was saying that, like, that it could be that way. I personally, my belief is that It's going to have to, for most of humanity. It's going to have to happen in a way within nature. I think. But on the other hand, there has to be a point. There has to be a tipping point where people's attention are riveted. Where they stop looking at their cell phones, stop playing their video games, and they're focused on the now. And in order to do that, I think you need some kind of a very big black swan event. Like I know on when the towers went down, everybody was focused. Everybody was like, and I remember, I mean, just as an aside, and this is like where I believe you need to watch videos on conscious body language. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the, so you don't have a pity party. Oh, okay. Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Right. So, yeah. So, I mean, people who complain about my channel, I mean, you don't have to be here. This is a free will universe, man. Wow. Just coming in, all personal institutional debt, white, gone, illegal. Wow, that's amazing. So yeah, I don't consider this a pity party. I consider we're looking for the Great Awakening. But some people want to complain. I don't know if they're bots or whatever, but hey man, you don't have. No, I'm not forcing you to look at my channel. I don't know why. My son told me early in my YouTube career. He said, when people really start complaining about you, that means you're successful. So I don't really take it to heart. I don't really feel, oh my gosh, somebody doesn't like me. It's like a lot of people don't like me. It's like that's when you're out in the eye of the public. That's what's going to happen. So, yeah, so Kay Habening, she talks about this kind of like, intergalactic sky event. Could happen. It could go down that way. My personal feeling is it's more like the Purim miracle, and that the Purim miracle, in the story of Megillas Esther, in the story of Esther, they never mention God. They never mention God's name. Rest. Oh. Restream. Okay. Yeah. So this could be today. Tomorrow. Shutting off news is a start. It could be Shell. Oh yeah, Shell. You're like nice enough to like say that you don't know everything. I mean, you're not like a lot of us. We're kind of like on the cutting edge of things, and we might be inclined to think we know. I don't think so. Could my Rumble channel be removed? I don't think so. I had all of a sudden I don't have Rumble on my live stream. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, it could be that they shut off the news. I mean, my news certainly is being shut off. I can't. It's okay. I got it. Okay. I'm just talking to my buddy Binay in Nepal. So he it's late for him. Oh, I'm trying to figure out why. Can anybody see if I'm on Rumble, if we're on Rumble? Okay, let's see. Yeah, if somebody could check, that would be great. I think the Lifeway patches would be fine for pregnant women. I do, but I'm not qualified to really say that. I would talk to Dr. Stacy, and she's going to be on today at 3:30. So if you want to ask Cynthia, if you want to ask that question to Dr. Stacy, please do. But I think these are non-invasive patches, so it shouldn't be a problem. I mean, my God, compared to what they do in the in the medical world. I mean, but I will say this, that I feel like something big is coming up. I mean, I'm feeling like I feel different. I feel more, I feel very focused right now, and I feel very in touch with a kind of a, that things are going to be moving fairly rapidly in the near future. That's what it feels like to me. I mean, there are a lot of people who are empaths on this channel, so you know, you feel free to chime in about how you're feeling. I know I contacted Gila, and she said she's also feeling like things are about to become more obvious to everybody. Kurt, I missed your comment, um, but yeah, it could be. What Shell Charm? Where are you getting this information? Who is saying this? You definitely feel the same, like something's just around the corner. I mean, that's how I feel. We're for sure in the storm. None of my Rumble works. Yeah, you have me on Rumble now. Okay, that's good. Thank you. Who said that? Okay, great. Oh, Gila's here, so I have to be careful about Gila. I don't want to get you upset. Yeah, Gila's so good. I wish she would come on every night, quit her job, and come stream with us. But you know, Gila's got a real job. I mean, she's got a real family and a beautiful relationship, and you know, she's got to you know, do what she has to do. You know, I would love to kidnap her and just, you know, but it's not it's not it's not my place, right? Um, I am on Rumble. Okay, that's great. Okay, great. Okay, let me just tell Benet that we're on Rumble. Okay. Um, okay, got it. Okay, so yeah, we're still on. It was just that last night my Rumble didn't go. Anyway, all right. So yeah, Gila's a dentist and a really good one, and she has a new office, and I may come in for a tooth cleaning at some point because I don't have any insurance anymore. I used to get you know, as a public school teacher, I used to get dentistry, but I'm actually learning how to clean my own teeth. But my father was a dentist, and before he passed over, I got one of his tools for teeth cleaning. So I can do a little bit on my own. Lots being exposed on Facebook today. Yeah, I love Gila's spirit too. And I love her point about the fact that angels could be galactics. Now that's a really big deal to Judaism, because a lot of people in the Hasidic community talk about angels. I mean, there's no question that in Judaism we believe in angels. And there's a lot of technology about it, that they have, you know, they basically are messengers from source, and they only can handle one mission at a time, and they have some kind of physical body, but it's other dimensional. Right. So yeah, it's a beautiful day, right? Being a dentist, 3K a month. I know, it's insane, man. Back of the class spirit. Hey, Brian, I'm supping on some delicious organic French roast, man. You're the man. I only get my coffee from Brian. He's in the spiritual being below, man. I recommend it. He's quitting his day job based on our support, but I want to breach on another subject and do a spell. Yeah, it's you know, it's part of the game. I think losing 5 channels, but I wanted to. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention something that I think is really important. Running back to patients. Thank you, Gila, for stopping in. We could feel your energy. Calling all angels. So the a very interesting thing happened to me out of live stream. I was so excited to read it. Yeah. Also, check out Gila's book. Gila has a book that she put out, and she could really use our support on that one. That's in the show more below with everything else. I've also put Shaquille. Shaquille is still on there if you need internet, like help with internet or starting a web page, that kind of thing. Shaquille is down there. We have Julie's hand soaps and Brian's coffee and a bunch of other things. We have real estate in Oklahoma, all family people. But I want to say something. Seraphins, yeah. So do you know the meaning? Seraphins? Yeah. So seraphim means those that burn up. Seraphim, however you pronounce it. It means those who burn up. Now, what do they burn up? They burn up with joy and unifying with godliness. So they're so hot for God. They burn up. Said we look like angels to the right. It could be, yeah. So Shell, you have a lot of good information, man. I'm really enjoying that you're participating. Mio, yeah, Mio's awesome, man. So seraphim, so there are different levels of, there's ophanim, there's seraphim, there's and there are teams and teams of them. They're all over the place. I don't know, chayos. There are different names for the angels. But I want to mention something that is very important to consider. Actually, I don't think I should say, you know what? I'm going to be smart. I'm not going to come out and say it. I'm just going to say that I posted it on my Intel channel. And that is the phrase, when you buy a product that says it has, like, okay, let me say it like this. I want to say this in a safe way for the channel. I bought a product. Besides, I'm a coffee freak, and I drink a lot of coffee. I mostly drink, when I have time, I always drink Brian's coffee. I love Brian's coffee. But sometimes, like, I'll be getting ready for a live, and like something happens, I have to do something, whatever it is, and I don't have time. So I have a couple of containers of cold brewed coffee in my refrigerator. Now, I told you that I love to go to the supermarket, and this is Intel. So, people say, "Oh, man, where's Intel? Where's Intel?" This is Intel. This is important Intel. That I had that there are two or three types of cold brewed coffee in Stop and Shop that I have my eyes on. I don't take anything with sugar, so I can't take the ones with sugar. And I don't really like the Star one, you know what I'm talking about? The Star Company, because their logo is apparently a little satanic. But there's a phrase, and I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it. Yeah, I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to tell you the parts. So one of the words is natural. Okay. When they say that word on a product, and could be that another part of the phrase is starts with an F, FLAV, right? Natural. That when they say that term, it could be not such a kosher thing to drink. That's all I'm going to say. And you could figure it out from there. Okay. But I put a list of a lot of the products. Just when you go to the supermarket and you say, oh, this stuff is really good, it's all organic, and it has this NF in it. Think about it. No, it's not that I don't want, I do like, things from nature, but we don't know what that means exactly. And it could mean, It's not necessarily that, Karen. I mean, okay, let me pin these. You know what? I can say what it's not. It's not that. It's not that, and it's not. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not that. It's not that I don't want that. It's just that it could have to do with okay, right. Yes, you got it. That's the key. That's the key. Thanks, Inga. Right. Yes. Yes. Exactly right. No bueno. Okay. Um, and I think that's important to keep in mind. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Yeah, it's not nice. Right. Okay. So we got that. I think that's a verb, because I wasn't sure. I kept saying, like, why would you know, brewed coffee have to have that in it? Why would it have to have anything else in it? It didn't make sense to me. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, let's. I don't want to get too deeply into this, but I want everyone to be aware that we're in a an interesting time period, and it's going to be. I think it's going to be progressively more interesting and this is the good news. Right. It could be, yeah, it could be genetically modified, but that's a whole nother can of worms that, yeah, isn't that interesting, Revan? Yeah, I placed an order yesterday for Brian's coffee because I know if I don't do it, he's going to send me free coffee, and I I don't like to get something for nothing, even though I know I'm helping him with the company. I shouldn't feel bad, but I just know Brian. Brian sent me, he sent me coffee he didn't put any stipulations. He just sent me a bunch of coffee, and I'm like, what's this? But I'm a coffee freak, man. I can't deny it. I'm also a LifeWave freak and an ASEA freak. I drink the stuff all the time, and I eat. I don't have my Purium. I think Purium is a great prepper thing, man. I mean, to have a couple of bags of pure organic food in your house when the S hits the FAN, man. Like greens are the hardest thing for me to get. So I have a big bag of greens and big bag of reds, this cherry juice and all this cool stuff. Right. Yeah, and you know what? It's interesting about coffee. I like that, Susan. That's a very I know a Rudman back in the. I think it was Rudman back in the day. Was it Rudman? Yeah. Anyway, that they said. Yeah. Right, Susan. They said that the Renaissance would not have happened if not for the discovery of coffee. And I know for myself, man. I mean, like yesterday, I was chilling. I didn't really feel the need to drink a lot of coffee. I was nodding out on Carl's latest masterpiece is 2 hours. And if you don't nod out at some point in Carl's thing, I think you're probably superhuman. Like maybe Mio could watch the whole thing, but I was just like, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. I don't like the taste of stevia. I don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't. Coffee doesn't work. Yeah, it could be you just need a good night's sleep. I slept till 5 o'clock today. I was like amazed. That hardly ever happens. That's like for me sleeping in. But I think my body just really needed a rest. I mean, yesterday also I really rested. I didn't do my exercises. You have to be able to, go with the flow, I think. Coffee's definitely a drug. Yeah, absolutely. And I've quit alcohol. It's my last one. And I know I'd probably be better off without it. But as my I had a friend, Greg White Hunt, who is a shaman. I mean, the real thing, the real deal. And I was once staying at his house. He has a round house that he built himself with his ex-wife, with a grass roof, and he grows amazing plants, if you know what I mean. But I once said to him, I said, Greg, I said, this is like 30 years ago. I said, Greg, he said, I quit coffee. And he goes like this to me, he goes, why? Why would you do that? um, yeah, you did too, Chosen. I'm usually up by 3. It's the best time of the day for me. And yeah, Chosen, we resonate with the same. We're like in parallel universes, I think. Solar flares, maybe. The dudes entered stevia, yeah. A couple of newborn goats. How nice. It's okay, Carlos, man. You're good. What's good for anxiety? Qigong, gently with breathing. Yeah, makes your chi flow. I'll have to try that. Billy, you also slept in. Helps to play during a long sleep. Yeah, do your homework, right? Weed. Yeah, Frogmeister, man, you really took off errands. Okay, it's okay, Kathy. We won't penalize you. This is the stuff. Qigong, gentle exercise is nice. Oh, okay. I hope it goes well, Janice. That's my sister's name. That's how she spells her name. Oh, really? Steve is. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's amazing, Key Wester. The stevia. I just saw a good thing about ginger. You can take a ginger root and grow infinite number of ginger roots. I use a ton of ginger and garlic in my cooking. I mean, I use it for everything. Makes sense. Yeah. Um, yeah, so we're doing good. So let me just yeah, Janice, we send you healing prayers. Please God. Um you could, you know, you might want to ask Dr. Stacy to, to what patches could be useful during that experience. Just saying. That's out there, man. This is beautiful from Shell. No, you shouldn't feel guilty, Shell. I mean, I don't think. Oh, that was a different. I keep trying to catch this one. Oh my gosh, I can't do it. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Binance. I mean, I've never been able to get on Binance because I live in New York. New York is very limited. Thanks, Mark. Binance costs. I don't know. I don't really have. But I mean, it could be that the whole thing goes down, that everything goes down on one of those days. The stock market, certainly Ethereum and Bitcoin are, slated to go to zero. So, I mean, that's something to keep in mind. And I'm not a financial advisor. Hey, Sarah K. For your daughter, yeah. With appendicitis. Wow. Let's hope it's a breeze. Let's hope. Let me just quickly check in with the intel. Weather-wise, cold. Not. We didn't get a big snowstorm. We haven't had one real snowstorm in New York this year yet, but it could come in it could come in March. It's been known to happen. I hope not. I'm fine with. Well, it doesn't really make a difference to me anymore. Okay. Let's go. Let me go to here. This looks. Let's see. No, this is not new. Okay, yeah, about MK Ultra. And I'm seeing some really horrifically anti-Jewish things on the Patriot channels, which really makes makes me a little upset. President P in country R signs law terminating international treaties of the Council of Europe with respect to their country. Cashbacks due. Masternode will be XDC. Moja Loop end of the week. Simba 7 days. Once complete, JB leaves Poland, France. JB and France removed simultaneously. Turkey to flip against Germany. Berlin flips conservative. Kadyrov just talked about invading Germany. Finally, all verse, everything is against England and Israel. South African government falling. We talked about this yesterday. Done in 30. Okay, Denmark advises politicians not to use TikTok. Done in 30. White House gave government agencies 30 days to ban Chinese-owned TikTok. And Mr. T keeps talking about the 1st of April. Yeah, I'm not seeing any astonishingly new. Let me just check one more channel. Astonishingly new intel. What's this? Wow, this is this is this I'm going to put on the Intel post about our favorite SLN star. I'm not going to say it out loud. Yeah. I'm going to be banned from Gila's chat soon for putting all this intel. But this guy Woody there's a lot of very interesting things about him. They're trying to discredit him. read this one twice. I mean, okay, I'll share this one too. You can't make this stuff up. About the CEO of a big medical company. By far the best chance for cryptocurrency in the United States is Ripple. There are other currency players in the US that could be playing offense but aren't. This basically means all on XRP. I don't know. I still like XLM. And I really think at the end of the day, we're going to have what we need anyway. There there was some talk I saw recently. Yeah, Woody is on the list. Yeah, he's definitely a character. It's definitely some more complex than just another comedian. But I want to say that people are now talking about Zim bonds, dinars, Iraqi dinars, and Vietnamese dongs. You hear the same, yeah. Yeah, thanks, Shell. Yeah, we really appreciate you're giving us some great information too. Yeah, people are pretty chill here. I think that's the word. Pretty chill on our channel, and we've been through a lot together. I mean, a lot of people remember we were broadcasting from my backyard to escape the situation in there, and we've gone through a lot of different forms of censorship on this channel. We've had to regroup quite a few times. My friend Richard, who saved me the first time my channel was taken down, he sent me a bunch of money to keep me going, and which I don't encourage anyone to do. But some not really nice people sent me a bunch of money on PayPal, and I really appreciate it. I can't thank you enough. It really saved this month. But I would much rather you benefit. I'd much rather you get something for your money than just to give it out. I mean, you could say that, yeah, you're getting something for the information, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Lots of disinformation, yeah. Back into Southeast Asia. So tell them to get dongs. No, I think you should do it on. Yeah. You know what? That would be the best way to do it. Absolutely, Inga. Yeah. I mean, you can get a lot. I mean, you can get like 1 trillion dongs for a couple $100. And they're saying, I mean, again, I'm not an investment advisor, but they're saying dongs, dinars, and zims are, and you can get them online. Hopefully I mean, to me, this is just, it's out there. I mean, like, it's just another distraction. It's kind of like the intel, figuring out, what am I really going to invest in? I mean, at the end of the day, we're not going to need to invest in anything. We'll just be investing into doing fun stuff and having a good time. Yeah, Mark had some good news, right? But they're always, dongs, yeah. Get your money for nothing. Get your checks for free. Um, right, Jason. Gotcha. Thank you, Laurie. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's my shlichus, like angels, they only get to do one thing. I'm kind of like that. I'm not smart enough to think about doing two things with my life. Like, for sure. I mean, like, I've been married 3 times. I'm not like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, nah, not doing this one again, man. It's like, three's a charm. It was swell, but it's just some people are just not made for that. Maybe a lot of people, whatever. But I can focus on trying to do nice things on with the intel, and we're trying all kinds of we're trying all kinds of things to diversify so that we're not always strapped. We're not strapped for money. I mean, we're so far so good. It's just that I lost, the 50,000 was a big deal financially, although it really wasn't, because I think we're going to pick up very easily on the products, people buying the products that are good for you. Like this is certainly not going to hurt you. It might really help you. I use X39 and X49 every day. That's a different patch. This one I didn't buy. I didn't re-up because I get enough. I have enough energy. Hey, our son. Reader's Digest book, Food Focus on Harm Foods That Heal. Right. Yeah. Do I have 4 marriages? Listen, my brother is on his 4th marriage. Maybe my 4th marriage would be a charm. I'm not saying, that I'm opposed to it, but I'm just saying, like, it's not like my focus, like, right now. Live nearby. Yeah, I think you're right, Carol. It might be better to just live. Like, actually, what I think I would do, if is get another apartment here in this building, and just come together, maybe have dinner together, or sleepover dates. I mean, that kind of thing. But anyway, once a teacher, always a teacher. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, well, take your time. Thank you, Shell. Yeah, that's certainly no rush. I mean, people are saying, you know, and when I tried to get on the Jewish dating site, and they said, and I admitted that I wasn't formally divorced, and they said, well, in order for you to get on the channel, you're going to have to show us your papers that you have an official divorce. That just really soured it for me forever. It's like, what about love? What about, But I guess, I don't know. It's going to be different. Find a woman in the building, right? So she can go home, right. But anyway, can you believe how long we're going to live? Yeah, I believe that. That's nice, Bella. I respect that. That Bella has a nice relationship like that. We need to be apart for periods of time. That's good. I'm not sure what. Discontinuing statins. I'm not really even sure what those are. Right. And for 100 years, right. I got like zero feedback on J-date. I'm just like, really? Is there anybody out there? Anybody really on that channel? I don't know. Yeah, I'm in a relationship with all you guys. That's really it. It's really it. I mean, I'm very lucky because I'm really living the life I've always wanted to live, because I'm like, yesterday I realized, when I was watching Carl's video for 2 hours, I realized this is the life. To get to think, to get to do research all day is amazing. Yeah, I would, yeah. That's why my wife was like, "You gotta get Medicare. You're at the age." I'm just like, "Screw that, man. Why do I wanna hang out with those people?" Yeah, with you first. That's important, Shell. All right, so I'm gonna bow out, because I actually have some things to do in the 3D world. Chihuahua have licking issues. So anyway, yeah, single for 13 years. Yeah, it could be good. I mean, listen, my brother he got remarried 4th time. He met somebody in the agency, that they fell in love, and they have a beautiful, young, very young child for his age. But yeah, so we'll see you guys tonight, and I'm gonna have at least shorts. Most of my videos are not par of enough for YouTube yet, but I'm trying to figure out how to. I'm trying to like change my way so that I can make regular videos. Well, let me see if I can get that one. Yeah, I agree. I agree, our son. Yeah, and we just have to chill for a while and be okay. Uh-huh. I don't generally take any medicine from the dudes. Thank you, Lori. I really appreciate it. But it's a great life. It's a great world. Just remember, I mean, we get to explore ideas that nobody on the planet is really privy to. And we're doing it in a way that's outside of boxes. Like a lot of the channels I see, they're all into it and they're all doing this research and everything else. And then they're like, but we believe in this. And if you don't believe in this, is something, it's like it doesn't this has to be open. It has to be open to all of humanity, or else it doesn't make sense. Anyway, and yeah, and this channel may not be really meant for hundreds of thousands of people. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it is, but it doesn't matter. We have 450 people. I mean, that's 400 and 414 more than I had 2 years ago. I had 13 subscribers for like 6 months. So, and I was happy to do videos every day for them. Look, if we help one person, man, it's all worth it, right? A weed farm, yeah. Yeah, you should do something you love. If you like weed, and you should grow it. I mean, yeah, I don't like stevia. Good. Thank you, Teresa. What's happening? I'm just hanging on with lobster, man. I'm down there. I'm not really juicing up much more. I just kind of like wait and see. I got tons and tons of investments there. I'm just kind of chilling. Like I figure if you put your eggs in enough baskets, one of them's bound to grow a tree. Thanks, Sarah K. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you saying that. But I mean, but that is not really what like I missed it. That has not been, that has not been the case in my marriages. I mean, I'm just like, really, let's see. No, that's not true. No, we always break up in an amiable way. I never had a like, you know, fighting and throwing things. It's just not. Woody's an actor. Yeah, could be. That could be. Yeah, it would make sense, right? Shadow band. Yeah, sing tonight. Okay, I'll try to sing. Thanks, Lori. I appreciate the encouragement. All right, guys, I'm going to go off. I got some 3D stuff to take care of, and have a great day, man. It's going to be good. Just, don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Okay, God bless.